Have you ever been at a function that had a bad MC, a bad announcer? He rambles a bit, tells bad jokes, doesn't stay on topic. I don't mean to sound irreverent, especially about Scripture, because I think most of you know, if you've heard me more than once, you know how seriously I take Scripture. But this is kind of what happens at the end of Ecclesiastes. It feels like an MC stands up that doesn't quite stay on topic. Somewhere along the way, Ecclesiastes seems to have tacked on this little epilogue, probably because they didn't want a book of the Bible ending where the speech actually ends at 12:8 with the line, "Everything is meaningless." So, this is what we are left with as the last word. Not only was the teacher wise, but he also imparted knowledge to the people. He pondered and searched out and set in order many proverbs. The teacher searched to find just the right words, and what he wrote was upright and true. The words of the wise are like goads, their collected sayings like firmly embedded nails, given by one shepherd. Be warned, my son, of anything in addition to them. Of making many books there is no end, and much study wearies the body. Now all has been heard. Here is the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the duty of all humanity. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. Now, it's not that those words are untrue. It's not that. That's not what I'm saying. But it does seem to go out of its way to clean things up a little bit, to make Ecclesiastes a little more palatable for people who just frankly don't like the book that much. But still, there are things in this ending that we need to hear. What are they? What do we need to hear from this third ending of the book of Ecclesiastes? And what might we say in response? How might we live into these things? I think one big thing that the teacher of Ecclesiastes said is reflected in this ending. And that is, the teacher of Ecclesiastes searched and searched and searched for just the right words. I think that's there on purpose. The teacher did not just write things down out of grumpy old man frustration, which is what I've heard people say about Ecclesiastes before, but that totally misses the point. Now, even the MC, this narrator at the end of the story, tells us that these are not just ramblings, but rather carefully chosen observations about the truth of life, some good, some bad, and a whole lot of in between. And such is the nature of wisdom. But above all, the focus is on what is right and true. Again, like Philippians 8 says, focus on whatever is right and true. Focus on anything and everything that is right and true. The narrator says that this is the summing up. And he's not wrong. But he comes to a different conclusion than Ecclesiastes comes to up above, earlier in chapter 12. But maybe it is a this, then this. Maybe the command is to keep the commands, and that is an understanding of the first thing, or first things, earlier in chapter 12, what comes first. Because in order to keep the commands of God, first you have to remember God, which is why the first ending of the book begins in 12:1 with remember your Creator. Don't just keep commands without also being with God. Because you've probably seen this too. People who keep checklists of commands, but keep God at a distance. So you, yes, you, today, remember your Creator. Be with your Creator. And then keep the commands of the Creator and Sustainer who gives us life. So, if we, like the narrator at the beginning and ending of Ecclesiastes, if we might offer a final word to sum it all up, or even to be in conversation with the teachings of Jesus as something else to sum up, I realize in many ways that this summer we already have. In all the forms that this summer has taken on, the excitement of us being back together with a little hesitation. Not everybody was excited about it, but it was what it was. And now where we happen to be, wherever it is that we happen to be today, we have summed it all up. A life of wisdom in the Lord that daily remembers God, that we are God's people, and this is what life looks like. It looks like Philippians 4:8. I don't want to oversimplify Ecclesiastes, but a lot of it does look like Philippians 4:8. Memorize this today. Memorize this throughout this week. And then let us live joyfully. Let us enjoy life and live the abundant life of Christ. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things.